sometimes we can get caught up in our marriages or in our relationships. We've been with a person for X amount of years, and we just kind of, we either get frumpy or we don't prioritize our fashion and style like we should. And I do think when you're wearing something nice, you're like, oh, you look good in that, or you're just doing something a little different to kind of, I guess, spice it up a little bit when you're going out, because you get used to just maybe going to fast food places or different little places, but taking that necessary time to get dressed up and still impress your spouse or your significant other. I think that's real important, man. Because my wife was telling me the other day, she's like, you really look good in that. And I was like, oh, okay. And that encourages me to constantly keep my game on point.
Right. Yeah, you gotta keep it fresh, and you gotta always put effort into it. It's so, when you're married to somebody for a long period of time, it's so easy to kind of, get lazy and just kind of be like, let me throw on this Emmitt Smith jersey and these sweatpants and go head out to this happy hour. Like, that's easy, but
some flip flops and socks.
Yeah, little flip flops and socks and your shorts, you look little basketball shorts. Like, it's so easy. As men, we do that all the time. I don't know why we do that, but like, I see that a lot. Like, I'll go to a restaurant and I see a guy wearing a Cavs jersey, and then I see his lady looking all nice, like she just got off for work, and I'd be like, bro, what are you doing? So you just got to put some effort in. It's not hard. It could be fun.
Yeah.
Like, I have fun with it because, like I say, I shop all the time. But just buying different pieces and being like, oh, I could wear those pants with that jacket, or wear that with this shirt. It's just fun to me. And then having a variety of shoes and stuff, whether you got dress shoes, sneakers, or boots, you can always change it up like that. You can't forget accessories like hats and jewelry and bracelets and stuff like that. Even like with jackets, like wearing lapel pins and stuff like that. You just gotta keep it consistent. I mean, keep it fresh, basically.
Yeah.
And it's kind of challenging because a lot of people, as you get married, things change. You might get on a budget. You might have to, you might come up on some money. Maybe you got a bonus or whatever. You ain't got to spend the whole bonus on a couple pieces, but maybe take like 10 or 20% of that bonus and get you something nice. That's what I sometimes do. But
yeah,
it kind of, everybody's situation varies. But like, there's so many things you could do to keep it fresh. Like, if you can go to the thrift store, like I said, $4.99 jacket. It's pretty simple.
Yeah. And I think some of that maybe also have to, at least from what I've seen, is like demographically depending on where you're going in the thrift store. Like, if you go in certain neighborhoods, they thrift store they might go hard on a thrift store because they got all kind of nice stuff. You're like, oh, I'm in this neighborhood. I know that's how it was when I was in Arizona, when I went to like the Scottsdale, places that, they like, oh, they had nice stuff out there.
Yeah, sometimes you go to certain stores and you be like, oh, this ain't hitting. Then you go to it, like you said, different neighborhood. You be like, oh yeah, I found like 3 or 4 pieces in there. Yeah, but yeah, it takes some time though. Like, it takes some time, but once you do it, you kind of know where to go. I know for guys, we like to go in the store, get what we want, and leave out. Women don't do that. They like to go look around, spend like an hour or so. Some women are like that. But yeah, like I know sometimes I could be like that. Like, I'm trying to get this, and then I'm trying to head out. But it's good to kind of like know where to go. Check out. Ask people for recommendations where they shop at, especially if they're a thrifter. What thrift stores do you go to and find nice pieces? Ask around. Then you can save yourself some time.
Yeah, for sure. I just thought about this question. Should a man who should have more clothes in their closet, men or women?
Man, that's a good question. Like, in my household, I got more clothes than my wife, because that's just how we get down. My wife is kind of like she kind of like a minimalist a little bit, but sometimes if she sees something she like it, she pick it up. Versus me, like, I just want to be prepared at all times. So like, if she be like, oh, we got this wedding going on this week, I'm always ready. So I don't have to go to the store and go shopping. Because for some people, it could be frustrating, trying to get dressed for an event, the week of or a couple days of. I don't have to do that. I already be like, okay, I'm gonna wear this. So maybe I'll buy a new shirt and tie and put it with that. That just happened like a couple weeks ago. So, but with her, sometimes she have to go and, find a new piece, and sometimes it can be frustrating for her. And she'd be, I'm like, yeah, you gotta keep going, or you just gotta, kind of build your wardrobe, have these pieces, and be able to, switch them out, But I don't know. I think it varies. It depends on your relationship. Like some people I know, they wives got a lot of clothes, and the guy, they minimal. They don't really like doing all that shopping for real. So, it kind of varies. But I mean, every marriage is different.
That's
That's how we are here. Yeah.
No, I hear you because I really wasn't a big clothes guy. I had kind of had just a minimal kind of mindset.
Right.
And then, my wife's just like always like you said, these pieces, you might need this for this occasion. You might need that for that occasion. And I do see the benefit of it because, like you said, you can always be ready opposed to because my wife and I, we went to a couples retreat last weekend in Houston. And some of the couples that we were talking to, they was like, we had a gala that night. So they like, oh, I gotta go and get something for tonight. So they had to break what they were doing and then go and pick something out for that night, opposed to already having everything ready.
Right. Yeah. So, but then you know how people are. Some people thrive in situations like that. Like, oh, it's the last minute. It's when I thrive the most. Or some people just don't work out like that. Like that's how I am. I don't. So it depends on what it is. I don't. I some things I thrive at the last minute. Some things I don't, and that's just one of those things. Like I like to be I like to be as creative as possible, but it kind of take me some time because I got to think it up. But sometimes I can have a piece and my wife would be like, oh, we got this going on. And I'd be like, you got something to wear? And I'm like, I ain't worried about that right now. I'll figure that out later because I know I got some pieces. So it kind of varies.
Yeah. No, that's real. That's real. How important is the shoe game? Because women always talk about how important, girl, I seen his shoes, and because some women even live by that. They're like, if his shoes raggedy, then he probably stank or something. I don't know. But
so